Alrighty, artists, let's go ahead and grab our Grand Canyon paintings from last week. And we're going to grab our same paints that we worked with. Remember our primary colors, red, yellow, and blue, as well as black and white, so we can make some tints and shades. So last week we worked on painting all of our little vertical sections coming down from the tops of our canyons. So remember those back spaces that we talked about? We decided to leave them blank last time. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to mix a darker color here, a shade. All right, I'm gonna make sort of a shade of red. So I'm gonna use a dark red here. I'm gonna fill in all those areas in the back of my canyons that are not attached to my plateaus. So go ahead, take some time right now. You don't have to use a dark red. Maybe you're using a dark orange, or you figured out some other color you would like to use. Fill in those areas of your Grand Canyon right now. Awesome. Okay, here comes the fun part. So now we get to talk about details. Remember the stuff that we drew in our foreground? Remember our foreground being the area where we are standing closest to us, right? This is our cliff, our edge of our Grand Canyon. What I want you to do is I want you to fill in any of those details. I added some paw prints, so I mixed a little bit of a darker brown than from what I have my cliff ground color as. So I could fill in my paw prints, my footprints, maybe some of my rocks. I'm filling in some colors for my rocks here. Maybe I do a variety of colors. Again, mixing those tints, those shades of some of the other colors I might have. And I'm gonna go ahead and fill in those. Now I'm gonna leave my cactus blank. Don't worry, I'm gonna come back and talk about it in a minute. So depending on how you want to fill in your sky, I've decided that I wanted to add a little bit of sort of a golden color around my sun. I did a nice vibrant yellow sun, so I had a little bit of a golden color. But then I decided I'm going to make a tint of my blue so I can have some of my blue skies coming through. Maybe the sun is rising, maybe it's setting over the Grand Canyon, so I'm going to sort of fill in those areas there. Again, you choose what type of day it is for the Grand Canyon in your painting. Now, I have some cacti in the back. Because they are so far away, I can actually just fill them in as black so they appear as shadows because they are so far away. Now, you might be having some cacti in the back of yours, or maybe you have some other objects. Go ahead and fill those in. Remember, because they are so far away, you could just make them black to appear as shadow silhouettes. Now I'm going to come back down here to my cactus, and guess what? I'm going to continue color mixing. So I'm going to grab my two primary colors of yellow and blue. I'm going to mix those together to get a green, and I'm going to go ahead and fill in my cactus. Now again, I could mix in some white to make it a light green. I can mix in some black to make it a dark green, but I'm going to fill in that area. And then I might grab some white and add some little white dots to make it look like the spikes. Alrighty, artists, have you finished painting in all of the sections of your Grand Canyon? Okay, now it's time. Once your paper's dry, to go ahead, grab a marker or some other black outlining tool you have, and I want you to go around all of your pencil lines. The reason why we want to do this is because we really want our lines to stand out so we can see all the different sections of our Grand Canyon. So you can see here, I'm gonna go over my foreground and my background lines. Remember where my sun or my sky meets the ground, that is our horizon line. Okay, I'm gonna go over all my little details as well as all the vertical lines within my plateau. All right, so I can start to see areas that overlap. I can see some depth, right? Things that are closer to me, things that are farther away, as well as it really helps my detail stand out, right? Of my paw prints and my feet. Okay, artists, once you have finished outlining, you are done. Please make sure you send me a photo. I cannot wait to see what your Grand Canyons look like.